I'm pretty sure this came out of the bit of free writing we did before the International Women's Day stirred, using a Carol Ann Duffy poem. But yes, this is not NaPoWriMo. This is other poems I've been doing in the recent times. But yes, this is the poem that's come out of that. So again, it doesn't have a title, it's very new. Time is not ours to measure, no knowing how we shine and how long. There are no sands visible in the hourglass, for us or nearly anyone. Time expands and contracts, gnarled and smooth. There are no charms or amulets you could use here to make time behave as it should. No sane person would want to. Having a true, unbending measure of time would drive you mad. You would miss the stained glass of dragonflies, fur in the split casings of roast chestnuts, the patter of rain on your own window at 4 a.m, crocuses in the park, and the particular quality of the dark near your panelled front door. And your lover would tire of you, staring at their face, using every minute to love them. Their lips would chap, and scolding, not wooing, would fill your ears. Something would leave town. No longer would they stroke your hair at all, instead find it empty, bird-nested. Complain you had not brushed it. This is sort of a litany of sorts. Again, it's a relatively new and rough and raw one. For those of you, I think it's nearly everyone who sort of remembers the early 90s, the title is nicked off a famous Kylie song. Oh. I'm so lucky, 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 I'm so fucking lucky. I am lucky that citalopram wrongly prescribed at 12 didn't induce mania, that Seroxat prescribed at 16 didn't cause me to kill myself only to hit my face on a cooker after a sip of cider, that cold turkey withdrawal from those, Prozac and all the other happy pills prescribed didn't make me psychotic earlier. I am lucky that when I fractured and wrote all over the walls, all over my books, my beds, myself, pouring out my fears and demons and scrawls of many colours, I wasn't sectioned. I am lucky I have a low risk assessment and could self-discharge. Apparently, I still can't do jury duty. I am lucky my mother knew how to get me residential psychiatric care. I am lucky I was able to refuse old antipsychotics that made the swirling sounds, visions and smells worse. I am lucky that quetiapine, an atypical antipsychotic, was offered. I am lucky it brought me down from the ceiling at a low dose. I am lucky that it has fewer metabolic effects, that the muscular effects are mild, that I don't drive, that no one notices it affects my motor skills. I am lucky I am not a painter, like my friend whose paintbrush faltered mid-stroke on this drug. I am lucky that in the unrecommended 6 years that it has not raised my prolactin levels and induced breast milk, that I do not have tardive dyskinesia, a heart problem or neuroleptic malignant syndrome. I am lucky I do not want children right now as it causes birth defects. I am lucky I don't like grapefruit juice as it affects the way it is metabolized. I am lucky I am not on lithium, measuring my daily water intake, never wavering. I imagine it fizzes in the blood, reactive there as science videos demonstrated. I am lucky that the psychiatrist's prediction made at 18 that I would have a manic episode of the same severity with no more than a 5-year calm sea stretching between, and that I knew that him saying I myself had made it worse by supposedly deciding to have a manic episode so young was wrong. I am lucky that I know that the offensive psychiatrists, the unlistening psychiatrists, the uncaring psychiatrists, the insulting psychiatrists, the patroning psychiatrists are wrong. I am lucky I was given this treatment free on the NHS. I am lucky that I do not self-harm and have made no attempts on my life, so I pass for normal. I am lucky that I have a community of people who don't ostracise you for mental illness. I have always lied on job applications and to co-workers. I have heard them try to get a girl to put off an unsuitable suitor by saying she is schizophrenic, because mental illness makes you so undesirable. I am lucky that I understand that this is a genetic anomaly in brain structure and function like faulty spark plugs, and not a punishment from a god for my sins. Okay, again, another one of John's workshops. Did this thing where we made like a little collage picture and then wrote a poem from it, and this is the poem that came out of that. And it's called I've Got So Much Love to Give, I Just Don't Know Where to Put It. You are ready to notice something. You offer all while guarding close. You want our bodies to bark, bite, give in. You've got to care. We merge interest. I'll wear that polka dot dress, and you know I always fall head over heels for boys with holes in their Converse. You illuminate me, cherry lips, when you forsake your vision. You are my vacancy. Palm struck as you were, you caught me, contained me. Palm to palm, an arm round my waist. You might even reach my high anxiety, which performs its lies, paid out in transformed flesh. My head is in a bitter whirl, you can sweeten me, honey. I know about the snowdrop in your suit pockets, next to your Parker pen and your spring leaf tie. You shout your dilemma to appear. How to write the stars you know while breathing dust. I've got two poems that go together. One of them I've not read for a little while. One of them is a relatively recent poem. Those of you that know me know that I write a lot about my dead dad, and he took a lot of photographs, so I write a lot about photographs and him. And this one is called My Father's Lens. I don't know whose eyes saw this in the viewfinder first for sure, but I think it was my father, if only for the composition. No mouths or eyes visible, the children all engaged with their quarry, tadpoles in a bowl. We are all illuminated against the Rousseau foliage. We are all sunburnished hair, shades of red and white, and they're mingling. That washed out sweatshirt, the colour of cherry blossom. I'm the only one not camellia socked. Two of us are wearing matching ladybird red buckled start right shoes. I remember the advertising. A poster with a boy and girl walking into the wilderness, just hoods facing the woods. My hand is clenched while others crouch over the bowl, just my chin, a flash of white blonde bob is visible. But those are my double-plastered knees, and I remember how that stick of rock-striped dress would never cover them when I knelt in grass, but not what I kept in the pocket.